these fighters should feel good about, Bekov should feel good about what he left on the Leitai.
So we've got Islam Shahata from Egypt taking on Islam Shahata taking on Van Bao To from Vietnam. Bilal Talha was the last person to feel Islam Shahata's punch in the quarterfinals. Van Bao To had a relatively easy quarterfinal against Nassif Azhar, who realized that his throwing technique was not going to work against someone as fast as Van Bao To. Van Bao To fighting in the red. One of these fighters just moves forward there and starts fighting. Absolutely no fear about entering that fighting space. Wow, that's another
very active Van. We saw this with Van yesterday.
Yep.
Look at that takedown, it's beautiful.
It's quick, it's fast, and he's very alert and very aware. Look at the way he evaded that. Another one of these fighters that can fight on one leg, and you can see he's just about, well, switched it to the right.
You can tell he's very comfortable. Beautiful skip side into the side kick. Very comfortable staying outside of the fighting distance, knowing that he's fast enough to get inside
and
with his technique. There's Islam scoring with that spinning side kick, and
it's reversed.
And there, Van realizing right away to get the point back. And we see Islam's team using the board over there, watching the points to see where their fighter is in the fight. He's still within striking distance here. And there he gets another point by taking down Van. So he's right there even with some of the judges, a couple of the judges. But
it is indeed 45 seconds left now. And he's just shading it.
Sure, there's a roundhouse kick, and there's Van trying to push him off. And actually, both of the fighters are off.
And there was such frustration for the team.
Delayed reaction there. But here's a case where he's been able to turn the tide of the fight, and Van needs to get in there and earn some of these points.
Well, the interesting is 2 judges have scored it to Vietnam, 2 to Egypt.
Various fighting out of the clinch, but Islam coming up with a roundhouse kick as he came out of that clinch that scored. So Islam's been able to mount more points in his last 15 seconds as we count down to the last 10 seconds of the fight, and that's really helped him. And that takedown, unfortunately, Islam...
that might do it.
So...
Well, as we look at the points, it was split on 1, and it now looks like, it has been in fact split on both. 7-10-7, 7-6, 6-10, 11-10, and 7-7 was how it was scored in the end. And it has been awarded to red based on points.
Nước. Tài đâu nhá? Cao kìa. Cao đâu?
And is expected, you can hear the frenetic Egyptian coaches coaching Islam Shahata and just asking him or telling him and he's back on the Leitai now. And it's a very short time to get information in. It's just about 45 seconds, if I'm right, between the rounds.
It's a full minute. The last 10 seconds, the platform referee is calling the fighters
right,
up.
Okay, right.
It feels like about 45 seconds because by the time you get off the platform, a few seconds are eaten, and then you're waiting for and in this case, when the fighter has too much water on the
they have
equipment.
to wipe him down.
But the
How
break time is already
quickly will
elapsed.
that go to a warning if...
It won't. That's something that they'll accept because actually the platform referee initiated that. The fighter was already on the platform.
So we have Van Bautô 1 round ahead.
1 round ahead, and inspired Islam and scoring with that roundhouse kick. So Van, it's his fight to hold on to. Islam's just trying to get back to the beautiful punches.
Yep.
Islam has very strong hands, and Van gets a takedown. But Islam clearly scored a number of points in that exchange. You see,
he is ahead now.
20 seconds in, he's ahead, at least with a couple of judges.
Wow, that's heavy hits.
The thigh kick is earning him 1 point, and as long as Van scores with a punch, then they stay neck and neck. And that spread continues. So what Van has to do is make up some of that difference. Right now, he's lagging by a point or two.
One judge.
A couple judges.
Yeah, one judge has it at 4.
There's a roundhouse kick, and actually, Islam has his strong lower body strength there. He fought it off for as long as he could.
Well, that was well needed by Van, who was weathering a bit of a storm from the Egyptian fighter.
Well, he has a fighter who's pressing him at every second.
50 seconds left in the second round.
This is where Islam of Egypt started to make his move in this part of the round and really evened up the score. Now, unfortunately, he just got 8-second passivity. So he won't make that mistake again, but Van needs to get a little bit more of a cushion. This is close when you have 30 seconds left. There, Van still trying to make something happen, but he knows that Islam from Egypt really has a strong defense there.
Well, he's increased that fighting distance now, Van. He's just staying a little bit further back.
Well, there he gets him down. But in this case, with the clock ticking down, this is where Van's extended distance out of the zone is helping him, because Islam now has to make up that room, and you see him knowing that he needs to press in. His corner telling him to come on in, but Van is very comfortable in that space.
Now we can see him coming, and he
over.
Puts him to the clinch, and in the end it's 10-3, 7-3, 6-5, 8-4, 8-1. Unanimous red round. And Van Bautô will now face Yusuf Widianto, the hometown hero, in the final later this afternoon.
Here's a case where Islam had to adapt to a fighting distance that Van was very comfortable in, trying to come in, but it was a little bit too much at the end there.
Well, up next is the fighters in true standard tradition pay their respects to the opposing corners and the fighters and the judges. We have now moved up to 60 kilograms, and this has